as you probably know, there's a lot of money making methods in Hypixel Skyblock. So today I'm gonna go over like popular ones and say if they're like good or if they're okay or if they're bad. Because I mean, I feel like some of them are like they're okay and I feel like a lot of people use them, you know. But I'll go over that today. So the methods that I'll be going over are like things like farming, all that, and yeah. So of course I'm gonna start with auction house flipping since I'm really familiar with it. Um, Auction house flipping is like really good for like early game, mid game, and late game. Just less late game I feel like because it's not as very. It doesn't give you much like a lot per hour. Just rather, like a money making method that you can just do like when you're about to get off. So as you probably know, I do have some items that I'm flipping. Shadow goggles is a common item I flip. But I think it's good. It's very popular, as you probably know. A lot of people do it, and I feel like you don't need much money to do this. So that's why it's pretty good. In my opinion, that's why I use it. It's pretty, yeah, I think it's good. But it's mainly because, like I said, you can do this like any point in the game. You don't have to have a net worth like of 100 mil to do auction house flipping. Because, I mean, you can flip items that are like 10k and stuff. So that's an upside of this. But, also, you can also do bazaar flipping. This is another common one. The only reason why I think it's okay is because it's not very good for late game. But it's really good for early game. That's why I think it's okay. Late game, you wouldn't see someone in game just using bazaar flipping to make money. Like, only, of course. I mean, yes, I guess you could do it late game, but, I mean, in game or late game. But you don't see it that much. And it's also kind of okay for mid game. So, that's those two out of the way. To go in more depth, I mean, you can completely control, like, how much you make in between flips. And sometimes the more expensive items can be flipped for more, which makes this, like, good for late game, mid game, and early game. With bazaar, it's the same thing applies. After that, I'm gonna look into farming. I mean, it's such a popular money method that it's just like it has to be at least okay, you know? And that's what I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it only okay. And the reason why is because you're only gonna really want to do farming like late game or mid game. You don't see it early game mainly. And that's because netherwort farms are really expensive. Like my Newton netherwort hoe is worth like 25 mil, and then my elephant pet is worth like another 25 mil, so that's 50 mil. And also you need high farming if you want to make a lot. I mean, like, yeah, and also you want a high counter, so it's a lot of grinding to actually make quite a bit of money with farming. But when you do have a full loadout like that, like 10 mil on this and then a high level farming level, I feel like it's really good. But is it actually worth doing it? I would say it is if you're late game. Otherwise, I don't know. Of course, you can do other farms like pumpkin farms. I'm doing this for farming XP. I haven't been harvesting it because backpack's been broken, but finally they're back. So I have all my tools. But yeah, that's farming. So I think it's okay mainly because of how much money and time you have to spend. So I don't recommend this early game. Maybe mid game, late game, I guess you could. You probably should have one just in case if you don't know what to do to make money. So that's that. I don't know how much I make per hour off this, by the way. And I don't have a counter of 10 mil, and my stats are so bad. I have an average of 20.9 mil. 20.9 skill average, which is really bad. But yeah, that's farming. I mean, it's very popular. I think it's good late game, but I don't think you should bother mid game or early game. And actually, one last thing about farming is you have to actually build the farms, and you need a builder's wand and a netherwort pouch, which can like lead to you getting scammed for the netherwort pouch. So it's a pain to make a farm, but if you do it, you can use it. And if you have a maxed out farm, you're gonna make like 8 mil per hour. After that, I'm just gonna do dungeons because it's also a very popular method, which I think is pretty good. Only if you're doing frag runs. If you're going for like drops, I feel like it's not that good since some drops are like are only worth like 4 mil. You can go like 100 runs without them, and it's just not very like reliable. So, I mean, yes, I guess you could like I don't know what floors you would do, but frag runs I would understand you would make actually quite a bit of money on that. But that's pretty much it. Those are like just 4 popular. I know there's other money methods that are very popular, but those are like 4 main ones. I mean, so I would rate farming as okay, dungeons as okay, bazaar flipping as okay, and auction house flipping as okay. I mean, as good. And also bazaar flip. I mean, it really just depends. I just would rather tell you why it's good and why it's bad. But yeah. And I didn't actually give a reason why auction house flipping is bad. It's mainly bad because one reason why it's bad is because it's risky. It can be risky sometimes. You can make a wrong buy and then like it won't sell, or like prices of an item can go down as you're trying to reflip them. But yeah. And then I guess another one would be zealot grinding. I mean like, is that even popular anymore? I don't know. I mean, it's like mid-game farming only, or early game, sorry. And I don't see it that much, only like with people like early game. But I guess it's pretty good, but you make only like 1 mil per hour. So, and you also need like some stuff, but not much. You need like AOTE, some talisman, some reforges, and then like ender armor, and then you're good. And then I made a video recently about dragon grinding. I would say that isn't, I don't know, it's okay. It's yet again inconsistent with making a lot of money. I just got lucky because in four dragons that I spawned, I got 2 superior, 1 strong, and 1 old, which is pretty good minus the old. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for now. I maybe forgot a method, but those are just some popular ones that I can think of. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.